what's good, Commanders fans? Just wanted to talk about the guaranteed money that Brycen Tremayne got, the wide receiver out of Stanford, and Mitchell Tinsley. They announced his guarantees yesterday. Aaron Wilson, NFL, who's a NFL beat reporter, he came out with both with the guarantee for Mitchell Tinsley. Now they talked about the guarantee for the Ole Miss guard too. He got a decent amount of money as well. But it kind of tells me that I really think Ron Rivera wants one of these wide receivers to make the roster. Is really giving them a legitimate chance to make the roster, not just the practice squad. Now, I usually do my wide receiver outlook video, but I'll talk a little bit about the wide receiver outlook and the jersey numbers that were given out 2 days ago for the rookies. But I do want to give my picks for Prize Picks tonight. The Lakers do play the Warriors tonight, and the Suns and Nuggets play tonight. So I'm just going to give you guys two quick picks. You sign up for Prize Picks, use my deposit code, my promo code, Real Ed Oliver. You get a 100% deposit match up to $100. So quickly, I'm going to give you guys my picks for tonight. I got Anthony Davis getting less than 26.5 points. And I got KCP getting more than 9.5 because I think KCP, he's been shooting the ball really well. He's been knocking down threes. He had 14 points last game. AD had a great game against the Warriors, but I think the Warriors are going to blow out the Lakers tonight. I just have a feeling about that. I think Steph Curry is going to have a really good game tonight. So I think Anthony Davis is I think he's going to have a good game, but he's not going to go for like 30 or 28. I think he's going to be right at like 24, 25. So one game AD will go off, and then the next game AD will just chill out, have like 19 points, 12 points. That's kind of what he's been doing the whole playoffs. So I just feel like tonight's going to be a blowout in the Warriors' favor. So, all right, but let's get to the details of the contract for Brycen Tremayne. Now, Brycen Tremayne, he didn't have a lot of production throughout his career, but he's a big body receiver. Cam Sims is gone. Marcus Kemp is more of a special teams guy. So we need that big body receiver. Our really good trio, they're shorter guys. Terry McLaurin was 6 feet, 6'1". Curtis Samuel, 5'11", 6 feet. Jahan Dotson, 5'11", 6 feet at best. We just don't have that big body receiver. De'Ami Brown's more of a speedy guy, so more of that red zone threat. And Ron Rivera, he's always liked his bigger receivers, like a Devin Funchess kind of guy. And I think Mitchell Tinsley and Brycen Tremayne out of Stanford, they kind of fit that bill. That 6'4", 6'5" possession receiver. They both have good hands, can get the first down, can really find the soft spots in the zone. They're not scared to take a hit at all. So Mitchell Tinsley, I think he's the better out of the two. You look at his production at Western Kentucky, had a 1,000-yard season. Then he transferred to Penn State, had a 500-yard season at Penn State. He gets $135,000 guaranteed, $120,000 of salary guaranteed, plus a $10,000 signing bonus as well. A lot of national media, they have Mitchell Tinsley as one of the better UDFA signings this offseason, so after the draft. Then also Brycen Tremayne got $100,000 guaranteed, $80,000 of paragraph 5 basic salary guaranteed, plus a $20,000 signing bonus. So I think this is meaningful. I really do. I think these guys have a legit shot to make the roster. Now, Brycen Tremayne, some of the reason why his production wasn't great at Stanford, that 2021 season, he only played 5 games. He had a really nasty injury where his foot went the wrong way. I don't know if you guys saw that video, but he had 5 touchdowns in only 5 games, and that's what we need. We struggled in the red zone. So we can have a big body that we can throw that fade around, just say, hey, go get it. Kind of like what Cam Sims was when he mossed Trayvon Diggs. I think Brycen Tremayne can definitely have a spot on this roster. And then he played 12 games in 2022, had more production, 490 yards and 38 catches. Only 3 touchdowns, though. And then the year before in 2020, he only played 5 games, only played 4 games his freshman year. So the production is not clearly there. If he obviously would have produced more, he would have been an actual draft pick. But I like Brycen Tremayne. He's a guy that can get open, doesn't have the speed, but had 21 bench reps. So he's a strong, big body guy that can push guys around and box guys out and, have first down catches in the red zone. I think Sam Howell's a guy that could definitely utilize these guys, these big body receivers for sure. So, I think they can make the roster over Marcus Kemp. I think either one of these guys can make the roster over Dax Milne. Because after Terry, Jahan, and Curtis, it's De'Ami. And then after that, it's, who knows? Dax Milne and Marcus Kemp really right now penciled in. They're not even really penciled in, but those are the guys that were on the roster before the draft. But after that, and then Kazmir Allen, I haven't heard any guaranteed money for Kazmir Allen out of UCLA. And I like him a lot. I think he's a guy that has a legitimate shot to make the roster as well, just because he has not returned 1 punt in his college career. But you do look at that kickoff return that he scampered up for a touchdown, and that's very intriguing, man. He might not have the super speed that you're looking for, but he's a track star, ran the 100-meter dash. He can make guys miss, and he's more of a home run threat, wide receiver, running back kind of guy that can hit home runs. So, but I like the wide receivers that we did pick up. Even the guy Jalen Sample out of Minnesota State, I think he's intriguing as well. Didn't see any details about his guarantees, but I think the only guys that they really announced right now they got guaranteed money was the 2 wide receivers in Brycen Tremayne, and then also Mitchell Tinsley, and then the guard out of Ole Miss. They all got guaranteed money. So I think De'Ami Brown is a lock to make the roster, of course. And then after that, it's a toss-up with Dax Mill, Marcus Kemp, and then the 2 undrafted free agent guys. But like I said, I like both these guys to, get first downs. Can they be somewhat of a Cam Sims type of replacement? And Mitchell Tinsley, he's good after the catch too. I like him. He had it was like a 62% catch rate on contested catches, and had at least 10 contested catches last season at Penn State. All right, so let's move on to the jersey number. So of course, Emmanuel Forbes, he is getting number 13. Now in college, he wore number 13 as well. He wore number 14 in high school. Notable players that wore number 13 for the Commanders, there's really not many. Anthony Armstrong, Kelvin Harmon wore 13. Mo Harris, remember he had that crazy catch. Adam Humphries wore 13. Larry Johnson back in 1944. And that's really it for number 13. Not Larry Johnson back in 1994. I already said him. Adam Humphries 2 years ago. So not many notable guys wearing number 13, but that's going to be the number. That's going to be the jersey number for Emmanuel Forbes if you're looking to buy his jersey. Other guys, you look at Jartavius Quan Martin. He's wearing number 20. Bobby McCain just wore that number. So, I mean, I've said that he basically is the Bobby McCain replacement. When they cut Bobby McCain, I think they knew that they were going to get Jartavius Quan Martin as his replacement just off of scouting. They made that pick so fast in the second round. They were just ready to get Jartavius Quan Martin to replace Bobby McCain at that slot nickel position. So Landon Collins wore number 20 in 2019. OJ Otagwe in 2011. Haha Clinton Dix in 2018. So not many great players as of recent note. But a couple guys have wore that number. Greg Toller. Also, Fat Rob Kelly wore number 20. Jimmy Moreland wore number 22. So those are the guys that came out. Chris Rodriguez, who I like a lot. I think he's going to be very, very impactful this season. He's wearing number 23. D'Angelo Hall wore 23. Rodriguez, he wore 24 at Kentucky and 24 in high school. So I wouldn't mind getting the Chris Rodriguez jersey. I really think he's going to be impactful this year. I think he's going to get a good amount of carries. Not a lot, but I like the way he runs. I like how he's a tough runner. So I wouldn't mind getting his jersey. D'Angelo Hall, Jaden McKissick wore 23 last year. There's a couple guys that wore 23 for sure that are notable. Let's see who other numbers here. KJ Henry 55. Cole Holcomb just wore 55. He wore number 5 at Clemson. He's going to be a solid backup defensive end for this roster for sure. Ricky Stromberg, he is going to wear number 53. Of course, Jeff Bostic, the legendary Hog, wore number 53. With Stromberg wore 51 in college. Braden Daniels wore 79. Jim Lackey, the legend Washington Skin, he wore that number. And then Andre Jones wore number 48. Stephen Davis wore number 48. Chris Horton wore number 48 as well. So those are the notable guys that wore number 48 for sure. So, all right, you guys let me know what you guys think about the jersey numbers. Would you get any of these jerseys of the rookies? The only jersey I would possibly think about getting is Chris Rodriguez because I like the way he runs. He's a tough runner. I think he's going to be a good contributor for this team. He's going to be a more thunder. I know he's not a home run hitter, but he hit a couple home runs at Kentucky though. He has that breakaway. I feel like he has the breakaway speed. A lot of people say he's slow, he doesn't, but I feel like he has that breakaway speed. That he's able to break tackles and bounce off guys and break off a couple big runs. So, all right, you guys let me know what you guys think. Hello, Commanders. Peace.